Right now we have a state representative who hasn't represented us very well. And we've been looking for a great candidate. We've had great candidates each and every time. And we have a young, energetic candidate this year that is already working. He's already knocking on doors. He's already making phone calls, doing everything a candidate should be doing. And I'm proud to be one of his supporters, Mr. Cody Pogue.
Yeah.
Thanks. And you know, not only has Dan Huberty not been going for us, he hasn't been really representing that many people at all. In fact, I was looking through his financial records, and he has received $60,000 from one guy. So you can kind of tell from that who he's really representing, right? That's a guy named Bob Perry. And what's interesting is I was doing some research this past week, and he did an interview with the Humboldt Tribune. And in that interview, he said that he's really going to crack down on the border. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. What does Bob Perry, this guy that donated $60,000 to his campaign, stand for? And what I found with that is that Bob Perry's biggest issue is that he doesn't want anybody to crack down on the border. So I find that kind of interesting. When push comes to shove, is Dan Huberty really going to stand up to what he's telling all of us constituents, or is he going to bow down to the pressure of his biggest $60,000 donor, Bob Perry? I have a sneaking suspicion about which way he's going to go on that if he wants to keep getting elected. That's why this morning I gave a speech where I looked in the camera. It's going to be on YouTube. Maybe by the time you get home, if me and Berto can get it edited quickly enough. I'm calling on Dan Huberty to give that $60,000 back to Bob Perry if he's really serious about what he's saying he's going to do. Serious, if he's really not for sale, if he's really a man of the people like he claims to be, he will give that $60,000 back, show the people of this district that he's serious about representing them, that he's serious about representing us, and that's what I hope he's going to do. I don't know that he will, but that's what I'm calling on him to do. My name is Cody Pogue. I'm running for Texas legislature here in Florida. There's been a lot of talk about how this is a Republican district that a Democrat can't win, but I think we're going to take it back. Right? I think we're going to take it back. If you go back far enough, there was a time this was actually a Democratic area. If you go back to the 80s and before that area. And I think we can do that again. I stand up for education. I've been a teacher for many years. I stand up for a clean environment. I was lucky enough to grow up on around a farm close to nature where we drank clean water, had clean air, all that kind of stuff. And I think every person should be able to grow up close to that. I'm a big supporter of the middle class. My dad was a pipe fitter, part of the pipe fitters local. I'm a teacher, so you know how much I make with doing that. I stand up for working class values. I believe we should make life better for all people, not just the privileged few. And especially not just the privileged one, Bob Perry. We need to stand up for all the people in this district, and that's what I plan to do. So if you haven't yet, of course, like me on Facebook. Send me an email at cody@codypogue.com, and you can get on my email list. I'm thinking we're going to try to have a protest later this week in front of Dan Huberty's office, where we're going to tell him, give the $60,000 back. We're going to be out there with signs, so I hope all of you can join. And we're going to put the pressure on this guy, give the $60,000 back. Hopefully in the next week you can make phone calls to his office. Get your friends and neighbors to make phone calls. We're really going to put the pressure on him. Give the $60,000 back. So I hope I can get y'all support.